Hey guys, I'm Glitter Valkyrie, and today we are pulling on the Merchant's Harvest banner. Halloween is my favorite holiday, and I look forward to these banners every year, and this year is no exception. And so I'm hoping that we see lots of the characters that we want, and we don't get spooked by too many that we don't want, but we'll just see how it goes. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I think that our plan for pulling today is to pull everything but green, but I think that if we do get up to a really high pity rate and we haven't gotten anything, we may have to narrow it down a little bit, but I think to start, holy smokes, oh my gosh. You know what, Adun is an amazing free pull, so I am happy with this. But let's check IVs. And she has plus defense, that is very, very good. You know, I guess she wanted to be our Halloween dragon since we don't have any this year, and honestly, I am not upset about that. I feel like we've had many years with lots of good dragons, but I'm really ready to move on, and they gave us Engage, so I cannot complain. And in terms of what I want the most on the banner, the Engage units are at the top of my list. I was so overjoyed when I saw the both of them because they are some of my favorites. I feel like Tamara was like the most perfect pick for this banner, given that her outfit translates so well for Halloween, and she also has a lot of great supports that are very related with like ghosts and stuff, and she's also super fun and she's perfect. And so if we get to 40 with nothing, we may have to take her, but I also really want to get Seadoll, so I hope that I don't have to choose between the two. He is another one of my favorites, and I think his art is so perfect, like I could not ask for anything more. And so I'm really hoping that he shows up as well. And aside from those two, I would also actually love to get Flame today. Oh my goodness, it really is Dragon Halloween, my gosh. I also think he's new for me, but we'll check. And he is new, let's check IVs. And he is plus speed. Honestly, I have no idea if he is fast or not, but he is new and he is a focus charge, so I will take this. So I think that I was starting to talk about Flame, and I am pulling for her today largely because she has amazing skills that I need to feed a lot of my healers, especially my baby Larachelle. And I do like her as a character, her art is very cute, but at the end of the day, Larachelle comes first, so that is the plan. And so really that's all that I want on the banner, and so let's go ahead and answer our viewer questions. And as always, if I don't get to yours, I am so sorry. I will try to do it in a future one. And if you think of a question you want to ask me, just leave it in the comments with #question, and I will be, oh my goodness, wow. Well, maybe this broke our dragon streak, but we'll see. Okay, let's check IVs. And he is plus speed, that is really good. I'm so happy with that. And that's also 3 focus charges super quick, so I'm happy with that too. So let's go ahead and answer our first question today, and this comes from King Candy. And they ask, do you think that we will get a legendary Leo based on his birthright ending, or that we will get a Camilla instead? So honestly, I think that we'll probably end up seeing both of them at some point because there are only so many characters. Oh, oops. Oh gosh, I almost got a surprise Anna. But yeah, I was saying that there are only so many characters that fit that legendary mold, and I feel like both of them fit super well. And I think that if we have Hinoka, we should have both of them. So I anticipate seeing both of them in the future. And honestly, I'd be happy with both because I love Leo. I love to see him get more strong alts. And I also love Camilla, and she's also going to sell. So I think that we're like 100% sure that we're going to see her at some point. But yes, I think that they're both great choices, and I eagerly anticipate the both of them. But thank you for that great question. And let's go ahead and, oh my goodness, we got him. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry if that was loud, but I am just so excited. Okay, let's check IVs. And he is minus attack, but I love him forever. I am just so happy that he has come home, and I know that it's silly to continue to pull red, especially with the focus active, but I love Seadoll, so I have to do it. But thank you so much, King Candy, for that very lucky question. And let's go ahead and answer our next one, and this comes from Edmundo Cardona. And they ask, do you like Splatoon? So this might actually be surprising, but I have never played Splatoon. I have to say that that type of game doesn't usually appeal to me. I don't really like shooters, even though I know that it's like paint or ink or whatever, and it's very cutesy. I really don't like those types of games. I don't like the art style, and I'm not a huge like multiplayer person. So for all those reasons, I never really felt any desire to pick it up. And so I feel like I can't really make a strong opinion about it because I've never actually played it. But thank you for that great question. And let's go ahead and answer our next one. And this comes from Supreme Midnight. And they ask, if you have watched a horror movie, what is your favorite one? So I have watched a few horror movies over the years, and honestly, it has never gone well for me. I'm such a coward when it comes to those types of movies. Like, I really cannot stand any type of gore. I get very uncomfortable when there's any suffering, and I don't like jump scares. So there is nothing about that genre that fits me. And so while I have seen a few, like I've been scarred by every single one I've seen, so I do not have a favorite. But thank you for that great question. And let's go ahead and answer our next one. And this comes from Ashen Basilisk. And they ask, how are you enjoying the latest Fontaine content, and are you going to pull for Nouvellette? And then I also had a similar question from Roy Fanfire Emblem and Riddy PR, and they both asked about my thoughts on the Archon quest. So as for the first question about my thoughts on Fontaine, I have had so much fun exploring the nation. Oh my goodness, we got her. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to see her. She looks amazing. Okay, let's check IVs. And she is plus res. I am just happy that she has come home. Oh my gosh, her sprite is so cute. And you know what, we'll just keep going with this very lucky question. And I was saying that I have had a really, really good time in Fontaine. And I think that part of it has been all the exploration. And I did not expect to like it because a lot of times with underwater levels in games, I feel like it's really poorly done and just difficult to navigate. And somehow in Genshin, they streamlined it and made it a lot of fun, which was very, very surprising, especially on mobile. And so that has been a really good experience. And I've also had a ton of fun with the Archon quest. I loved solving all the mysteries, and I still have no idea what's going on with Farina. And I'm still holding out hope that I'm going to like her. I'm still very undecided at this point. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. You know what? I think that I believe in the focus charge. This is amazing. Okay, let's check IVs. And she is plus res. I am so, so happy with this. You know, we have to pull this red. We'll see if it's a lucky sea doll. We'll just keep our fingers crossed. But getting back to this very, very lucky question, I was saying that I really enjoyed solving the mysteries, and I have no idea what to think of Farina at this point. And I think the best part of all the quests have actually been learning more about Nouvellette, and also now learning about Wriothesley, because I love, love, love that character. And to move on to the second question, yes, I did pull for Nouvellette, and I did lose the 50-50, but it was to Dia, so I was not upset about that. But I did get him eventually, and then I pulled on his weapon banner, and I got very lucky on that. And so now he is level 90, he is triple crowned, and I suffered and got all of the starfish for him, but it was so, so worth it because he is so much fun to use. And so now I am totally in saving mode for Wriothesley, and I cannot wait for him to come out. And I was actually thinking about making a video for my pulls, but I don't know if the timing is going to work out, so maybe be on the lookout for that, but I can't make any promises. But thank you so much, everybody, for that very, very lucky question. Okay, let's see if this is a very lucky flame. Fingers crossed. Oh my goodness, Tine. You know what? I will take that too. That's amazing. Okay, let's check IVs. And she is also plus res. I am not going to complain about that. She is a most beloved character. And, you know, let's go ahead and answer our next question. And this comes from Kakaroto. And they ask, knowing how you were introduced to Fire Emblem via Smash, how did you go about playing the previous releases that didn't get a North American release? And also, which of the ones that didn't have a local release would you strongly recommend? So as for how I went about playing the games that we don't have here, I went about playing it the not most legitimate way, if you know what I mean. And I have to say, like, if I had the opportunity to purchase it, I absolutely would, because I want to support this IP as much as possible. But unfortunately, that is not the case. So I did what I had to do because it is Fire Emblem. And so that is how I played FE4 and Thracia and Binding Blade. And I think that all of those games kind of have their own merits. They all show their age in different ways. And if I had to pick one to recommend playing, oh gosh, I think that I would probably say FE4 just for the story, and if you can play it blind, I think it would be so much better. It's very difficult given that they give a lot of it away in Fae, but if you can, I think that that makes the experience so much better, and I think that it's a fantastic game, and I will say it does require a lot of patience because it is very, very slow. The maps are huge, and it takes forever to get from point A to point B, so if you have that like 2 times speed or more than that, honestly, it really, really helps because there are a lot of things that really do need to be optimized in a remake. So yes, that would be my recommendation, but thank you for that great question. And let's go ahead and answer our next one, and this comes from Exquisite Pain. And they ask, what is your most favorite CYL 1 to 7 Brave unit so far? And I have to pick one man and woman per each CYL. Okay, so I'm hoping that I won't miss any of the years, so I'll do my best. But starting with year 1, that is the easiest answer ever. Lucina was my favorite. She was my free pick. And as for the males, I'd probably choose Roy. And then as for year 2, that was a very good year. And I think that Ephraim was overall my favorite. But I also loved Celica. But I also loved Hector. It was a really good year. And then for year 3, I think that was the year with Micaiah, and if so, she was my favorite. And then as for the males, I honestly love them equally. Oh my gosh, we got another one. Oh my goodness, I am so happy to see him again. Okay, let's check this one. And he is plus res. I think that that is kind of a theme for today. I feel like we pulled a lot of plus res. But I am just so happy that we have emerged for him. But getting back to this very lucky question, I was saying that I honestly love like Alm and Eliwood equally, so I really can't choose. And then for the next year, I think that was 3 Houses, and Claude was my clear favorite, but I also loved Lysithea. And then the year after that, I think that was the year with Marianne, and honestly, she was the only one that I loved, so I would just say her. And then for the year after that, I think that was the Crom year, and he was by far my favorite. I absolutely love him. And then for the female units, I honestly really like them equally, so I would say both. And then for this year, we have Corin, and she was my clear favorite. And then for the males, I think that if I had to choose, I would probably go with Robin because I really like his art. But thank you so much for that very lucky question. And you know what? I feel like we should just do the rest of the circle and we can sneak in one more question. And this comes from Luis Lara. And they ask, I want to know your opinions on Mordecai, Nadir, and Morian. So starting with Mordecai, I think that he is adorable. I love his squirrels and fae. And then for Nadir, I think that he is a nice character. I definitely prefer Judith as someone working with Claude, but I do like him. And then lastly, we have Morian, and I absolutely adore him. It breaks my heart what happened to him, and I would love to see him in Fae. But thank you for that great question. Okay, we get a 3-star. And we end with a Cecilia, but that is fine. Okay, so now we can go ahead and do our Spark, and I honestly think the best choice is probably to take a merge for our Tamara, just because I'd love to merge out that Bane. Yes, I am super sure. Yay! Oh my goodness, I'm so happy that we got the +1. And we get the thing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end things here. I got everything I could possibly wish for, and I hope that you guys got all the spooky units that you were looking for. I also want to say big thank you to everybody that submitted questions. I always appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do that, so thank you so much. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.